la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Shabbat Shalom, a Sabbath of peace to one and all. However you're celebrating this most precious day, we hope that it is filled with God's blessings. I'm Rabbi Craig Morantz from Emmanuel Congregation, and I'm pleased to join ECRA's circle of solidarity and mourning as we collectively hear a summons to prayer and a call to action. The action, of course, confronting racism, our racism, and championing anti-racism. We have much work to do. And so we are practicing each and every day, trying to be consistent over time in our effort to make a difference, in our effort to confront the evils of racism, evils that we possess in our very own hearts in certain and definable ways. And we must discover those certain and definable ways and mitigate them or eliminate them, and to replace them with anti-racist practices and values and attitudes and intentionalities. So it is a powerful honor and responsibility to stand with you, our community of faith. Thank you, ECRA. Thank you to my colleagues and our large and diverse community of faithful folks. So I came across a powerful reading from the former First Lady, Michelle Obama, and here's what Mrs. Obama has to say. Let us take it deeply to heart. I'm exhausted by a heartbreak that never seems to stop. Right now it's George, Brianna, and Ahmad. Before that, it was Eric, Sandra, and Michael. It just goes on and on and on. Race and racism is a reality that so many of us grow up learning to just deal with. But if we ever hope to move past it, it can't just be on people of color to deal with it. It's up to all of us, Black, white, everyone, no matter how well-meaning we think we might be, to do the honest, uncomfortable work of rooting it out. It starts with self-examination and listening to those whose lives are different from our own. So Mrs. Obama's compelling statement it summons big, powerful questions for today. What will it take to lean into whatever is uncomfortable about rooting out racism, our racism? What will best equip us to champion anti-racism? How shall we best stay in this ongoing fight? And with whom will we ally in our fight against racism? So, in addition to those mentioned by Mrs. Obama, we shall not stand idly by, and we shall also remember others who have died in the past due to racial and police violence, those who deserve justice. Souls like Michael Brown, Ezell Ford, Tamir Rice, Rumain Brisbane, Eric Harris, Alexia Christian, Brendan Glenn, Patterson Brown, India Kager, Michael Noel. May their memories all be for blessing. And I offer to you as a closing prayer a modern rendition of something called El Malei Rachamim, fully compassionate God. And we'll use this prayer as a morning prayer from the Jewish tradition. El Malay Rachamim. Fully compassionate God on high, to our Black brothers and sisters murdered because of racial and police violence, grant clear and certain rests with you in the lofty heights of the sacred and pure, whose brightness shines like the very glow of heaven. Source of mercy, forever enfold them in the embrace of your wings. Secure their souls in eternity. God, they are yours. Let them rest in peace. And God, one more thing. Let us not stand idly by. Let us not rest until we have conquered racism's suffocating grip on our lives. We will have to make sure that we stop practicing racism and start practicing anti-racism. But we must not rest before we have won this fight. We must not stand idly by while more of our Black brothers and sisters and others of color live with racism, our racism. We must change. We must be a force for good. Amen. A Sabbath of peace to one and all. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Peace be upon us all. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. See you again. Stay in the fight. Struggle on. Pay kindness forward. And anti-racism as well. Bye-bye.